Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Let's Have a Twosome with
Seth.
and Blue. Sorry having a late start tonight for those that's listening right now on Station Head. Excuse me. The day kind of get away from us. She's a mom. You know, a lot of
Things
stuff
happen.
happened. So, thanks for you guys that stayed up with us a little bit later as we get ready to hit some topics tonight. Baby, how was your day?
Oh, it was a busy day.
Really? Anything interesting happened?
I mean, work. Mm, that's about it.
Yeah,
Really.
work is work, right?
Yeah.
All right, ready to go to the show?
Yeah. But do you want to talk about your day?
You have to ask. I'm not just gonna be like, oh yeah, my day was.
How was your day, babe?
My day was fine. Went out to the city. Handled some business. Try to get that bag and bring it home.
Okay.
Simple stuff. And then yeah, that's about it.
All right.
I can't just be talking to myself. You gotta ask. Like,
All right.
I'm just saying.
I'll ask. My
All
bad.
right, all right. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat tonight. Make sure if you want to suggest a song or request a song, hit the request button or text it in the chat. Let's get ready to go into our topics for tonight. I had to randomize the last time, so babe, you do the honors. It's working now, so we did that one. That's the one I saw.
What are your worst attributes in a relationship?
Now, nobody really want to talk about their themselves in a negative manner. So, what are your worst attributes in a relationship? It's like I saw that on a today when I was in New York. I saw it on the office door, and I just plugged it in. I'm like, yeah, that's a good question. Um, do you want to start or do I have to start? Because you hit the randomizer.
You can start.
Let me see. What are my worst attributes in a relationship? I don't know. I think I have like small spurts of PTSD or anxiety from like past relationship that may still carry with me. Maybe that counts. Does that count?
Um, I mean, probably not because you could probably work through stuff like that.
It's still an attribute that's bad in a relationship, no?
Yeah, it could be toxic.
So it's not a toxic. I don't think it's toxic for us because I know that it's like something that affects me. So I don't let it simmer too much. But that's kind of like how when I say when we get into an argument, I'm waiting for you to break up with me.
Yeah.
Like that's bad attributes. I think I bring to it's like the waiting for the other shoe to fall type of situation. I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
like,
I remember, I think I asked you that question.
Yeah.
I was like, so, I'm like, we had an argument. I'm like, wait, so you really thought I was gonna like break up with you over a
It's just-
disagreement?
yes and no. It's just like it's like expected, I guess, because of like past situations. It's kind of like what else? What's another bad attribute of mine? Um, it's the same thing. If I don't talk to you for an entire day, I'm like, is she mad at me? Like, I'm quick to negative think. I guess jump to the conclusion negative. Like the day I gave it to yourself, I had so much anxiety that day, so I had to stay focused on like work to keep my mind busy
Yeah.
because it like I don't know like I'm just so used to always talking all day every day, but I knew you needed that day, and there was nothing personal to me or anything like that. So I just threw myself into work to keep my mind busy, so I won't overthink anything. Like I guess those are my bad attributes: is overthinking
Mm-hmm.
and anxiety from past things. Um, Granted, I don't let it spill into our relationship. Do you think?
Sometimes you do.
In terms of what?
Like, I think sometimes, like, I feel like you have those moments where it kind of just happens, and I kind of try to like, you know,
What's an example? Hold up, before you get an example, for those that's listening right now in the chat and those at YouTube, tell us some of your worst attributes in the comments, and we'll respond. Because not everybody's perfect in a relationship. It's times you need to talk through it. Okay, like
yeah, like for example, like the example we used earlier, where you thought that I was gonna break up with you, like stuff like that. I would kind of like address, like I told you I was like, I'm not gonna break up with you over an argument. Like we're gonna talk through it and we're gonna figure it out, type of thing. Like it has to be something like ridiculously drastic to the point where, okay, maybe we should talk about maybe not being together no more, but something as like having disagreements is gonna happen because we're two different people and we have two different ideas sometimes, so we're gonna disagree on certain things. So that's probably I think a good example of that.
Shout out to Roses and Red. She said, being in a relationship, I realized that I'm such a brat and I just be lashing out. Sometimes you gotta. It takes to be in a relationship to realize some of your bad attributes. And some of your bad attributes.
I would say, because I'm very nonchalant as a person, so I generally, when it comes to like how you are with checking in or, talking all day, that's not me. Like, and I mean, I can adjust to it, but that's not something I generally do.
Right.
So it's kind of it, and not just specifically to this relationship, but people that I've dated in the past, it's always been a problem. Because I just be in la la land, minding my own business, doing things, doing whatever, and next thing you know, I'm getting a text message like, so you really not gonna talk to me all day? And I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry, let me.
That I'm not the only one.
Yeah, so I mean, it's happened to me in the past, and that's a bad thing to do, to like, I guess in this kind of, in our generation, like, checking in, texting, talking all day, things like that is normal. But I'm generally, which is hard to, I guess, as a woman to say, I'm not a talker. When it comes to like texting.
Okay, yeah.
When it comes to texting, I'm not a texter, I guess.
I'm about to say, like, you probably won't call me first. I usually call you first. Once I get you on the phone, you don't want to get off.
Yeah. I'm not. I won't initiate. I won't initiate calling. I generally don't initiate texting. I've gotten better. Right. I can say that I've gotten better with it, but I don't initiate things like that. So, excuse me. So usually, I get in trouble for not initiating.
Yeah.
I'm very blunt in a relationship. In general, I am very. I'm not outspoken, but very honest, I guess. Is that a good word?
Sure. You can go with that.
What?
I mean, we could go with that.
Okay, well, I'm blunt, so I usually say things as it is. I don't think about sugarcoating it. I would say, like, sugarcoating it or making it sound nicer. I usually say things how I feel I should say them, and sometimes they get translated in a negative way. And, maybe I should probably, work on that.
Probably. There's some things you said to me, and I'm like, yo, you could have said that a little bit softer.
Can you give an example?
No.
Is that bad?
Yes.
What did I say?
I'm not saying on air. You said certain things and you're like, I mean, you gotten better, like when you tell me I gotta eat better. Like, things like that, you got better. But certain things, especially when you're like tipsy or drunk,
really?
Like, you just say things to be like, I'd be like, alright.
Dang, boo. I'll be hurting your feelings.
Alright. You don't be hurting my feelings and just be like, yo, that's how you gotta say it though? Like.
But I don't think anything of it. I think it's fine.
I know, but I know that's how you are. So that's why that's why I say it doesn't hurt my feelings, because I know how you are. But I'm just saying, sometimes you can learn how to
make it look nicer, make it sound nicer.
Put some flowers on it or something. Put some glitter. Oh, what you trying to say?
Put some glitter on my words.
Yo, fam, you just be like, yo. I'm like, damn, okay. You know I gotta do it for the rest of my life? Okay, cool. All right, cool. I got it.
Yeah. I think that's, I mean, I don't know what else.
I can't really think of anything else that's like a bad attribute of mine. I can't think of anything that stands out for you either. You think that stands out for me that you can think of?
Um, I don't really. No, I think you nailed all your stuff.
Adam in the chat says, I agree with her. I'm Bud as well. And that way I believe it's better for the relationship. It's better for the relationship to an extent, in my opinion, because sometimes some people don't respond as well to blunt situations.
Oh no, some people don't.
So sometimes you have to learn your partner, and because sometimes you being blunt, even though you mean well, may hurt more than help. Again, it all depends on the people. I know her, so I could take it like, all right, nice chin check, got it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know her,
it can't be that bad,
bruh. So we'll talk later. So, but again, like I'm used to that. But some people that's even if you're used to people, some people are like that sensitive that you can't be that blunt with them. You may say that maybe that's not the person for you, but sometimes maybe you just need to like learn how to. Like I told her, sometimes you gotta learn how to approach it differently, because at the end of the day, yeah, everybody's different, and they just because that one thing you can't lose a potential forever. You know what I'm saying? So it varies. It depends on the person and everything like that. She said that his partner is blunt too, but it be hurt sometimes. No lie. See, like, even when you're dealing with a blunt person, you get it right back. And I feel like because even though she's nonchalant, I feel like maybe sometimes if I say certain things, it might hurt. Nah, I won't bother you. I don't think. Words don't bother you.
I usually throw it right back.
That's when I know it bothers her.
Yeah, if I throw it right back,
like yesterday,
I'm mad.
Like yesterday,
I don't like it.
Like he caught me back ASAP yesterday.
Mhm.
Like you didn't like what I said.
No.
But I was just joking.
I don't care. I ain't like it, so I had to throw it back.
But I was just joking. Like she's going out, right? So she's like, this is the dress I'm wearing. Da, da, da.
I'm showing him the dress. Like I'm going out of my way. I'm like, yo, look at the dress. It looks so nice, or whatever. And he didn't even say like, oh, it looks nice. He's like, well, you're not wearing that for me.
I did say it was nice. I said it was nice, but it's not like you're wearing it for me though. So, you throw jabs at me all the time. You can take one.
When he said that, I was ready to get in the boxing ring.
Like, we left dinner, we leaving dinner, and I say that little quote. I'm thinking like she forget about it.
No, I hopped in the car like.
We hop in the car. I'm like, all right, let's hold hands like we usually do when we driving. She's like, oh, how you know that hand is for you? You still on this?
Yes.
It's like 15, 20
I had
minutes
to throw
ago.
it back. I had to.
Like, you jab me all day. I take one jab, you take it to heart?
I had to.
Nah.
Okay. Because I was really souped about my dress. And I just want him to be happy about my dress. He had to throw in.
But you gotta wear it again.
I'm not wearing it for you.
You're not, though. But you can wear it again for me. No?
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yes, you are. It's blue. You have to. You want to touch on another topic since we ran through that kind of quick?
Yeah.
Let's go through another topic, guys. We're going to start doing this more often. If we end early on certain topics, let's keep going. Calorie and wine mixer. Dating with kids. Appropriate for tonight. In a way. Since we delayed all kinds of or your kid. You go first.
I mean, where you want me to start? Like the complications, like the
let's talk about the complications of dating with kids.
I know for myself, I'll start with because I have a kid, so I know once I started dating again and I had my child, I was like, I kind of want to date somebody with a child as well, because I know they would understand. I mean, sometimes they don't, but they would understand, that sometimes I like, especially when I was dating, like sometimes I couldn't leave, or sometimes I couldn't go on a date, or just randomly pick up and go, because I have to think about my child first. And I lost a lot of like, I guess, people from that, because in the dating scene, because
It's alright.
if they didn't have kids, or maybe
You
they
ain't need them anyway. You was waiting for me.
all right. Maybe if they were like, or maybe they didn't, their kid didn't live with them, or it wasn't like a big deal for them to just get up and go. They kind of wouldn't understand, like, why I couldn't leave. I mean, some did, which is, I mean, I don't want to make it seem like it was like a plethora of men that was just like, giving me a hard time. But it was like a select few that were like, okay,
Don't matter.
it don't matter. Like, you could figure this out, type of thing, without any regard to, the fact that I had a child, that I have a child. So, I mean, I feel like dating with kids is pretty tough. When you're single and trying to get out there, get your feet wet and stuff like that, it's pretty challenging. I feel like even sometimes without a kid is challenging, because the dating scene is pretty rough. But I mean, I just from a point of like, if you're dating before you get into a relationship, it's, I feel like it's a challenge, because you kind of have to figure it out on
Right.
your own, or just not date. How about you? What you think?
There's a few challenges when you're dating with a kid. One is date nights. They become more expensive because now you gotta get a babysitter.
They do. It's
I-
quite expensive.
I'll turn back that. I'll return to that because I have a question for you and people in the chat with that one. It's also about like, now you don't spend one-on-one time with the person that you're dating. Excuse me. It's more so that you're spending time with the person that you're dating and their child. On the man's side, when the woman has predominantly custody of the child, sometimes most likely the man doesn't. Like I do, I have my son every other weekend, so she doesn't really have to. I don't know how to explain. It's not more in her face.
I don't spend as much time
Right.
with his son than
I do with her daughter.
Then yeah,
So-
he spends more time with my daughter than I do with his son.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not just adapting to one personality; it's adapting to two, and hopefully that person likes you. Luckily, this one does.
Yeah.
And another aspect is playtime, like for the adults. Like it's hard. I'm not sugarcoating that. I'm sugarcoating a little bit because our parents, for some reason, sidebar. For some reason, we've learned that our mothers has found out about this show. So I'm gonna be choosing my. I don't know about you. But I'm gonna be choosing my words kind of differently.
I'm grown.
You be going there. And then we go visit your mom, and then she gonna ask me, I'm like, "Makuda, no lemon."
You gonna throw me under the bus like that? I
That
thought we were
did.
a team.
We are a team till your mom come into the picture.
Oh no!
I gotta make sure she stay on my good side.
Wow.
I stay on her good side.
How about on my good side?
I get on your good side another way.
You spend more time with me.
I get on your good side another way.
No.
I pay you back. But yeah, like playtime is hard. When we first started dating, it was hard trying to figure out playtime for us, like, because I didn't know how she would, deal with certain things and stuff like that. With again, it's dating, so we don't have much alone time, but we found a way around that.
We figured it out.
We figured it out eventually. But that's some of the hard things about dating with kids, and two is making sure our kids like each other, because if the kids don't like each other and we gotta spend the rest of our lives together, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
In the most part, and then finding out, making sure that kids like the person that you're dating. Like, I'm
Yeah.
glad my son loves her and her daughter.
Yeah.
He's around that age where, he still is trying to understand dating and why am I spending so much time with her, and why is her daughter always here, and why her toys are here, and it's hard to explain that right now, but for the most part he loves being around them. He always asks for them and stuff like that. But what I was going to circle back around to is that, what do you think about when you're dating somebody that has a kid? Should a guy who's taking a mom out help to pay for babysitting? Like before me, did you expect the guys to help you pay for babysitters when you're going out on dates?
Yeah.
Why
I
so?
expected it, yeah.
Why so?
Cause you taking me out. You taking me away. You taking me away from my daughter. So if you want to go out with me, I feel like you should pay for that.
But he's already paying if he's paying for everything, no? I mean, like, he's paying for the dinner, you know, he's paying for the movies, he's paying for the food, the popcorn, the liquor. So you feel like it still has to be included with the babysitting?
Yes. I might get chewed out for this, but yes.
Treated by who?
I don't know. Whoever sees this and doesn't agree.
But it's your choice, you know, that you want to date as well.
It is.
So, like, why would I'm only asking because I don't have that problem because, you know, again, I don't have a child at home. But I was like, I've asked this before I started dating you, like, because I've seen that kind of conversation going around. Like, some women be like, yeah, he has to pay for babysitting. And then others be like, nah, he doesn't have to pay for babysitting.
I say that, like, there's been instances where, like, I knew babysitting would not be a problem. And, you know, I was good to pay for it, and I have no problem just going to, you know, just paying for it and dealing with it myself. But there's been instances where I wouldn't have, either there was an obstacle, like either I didn't have the money to do it, and they still wanted to go out, or I don't know. I think that would be like maybe the only reason I wouldn't have the money for it, and they still wanted to go out. So I would say no. I was like, I can't afford a babysitter tonight. Maybe we could do it the next week. Like, I'll offer an alternative. Like, maybe we could do another day, another time where I know I would be okay to pay for it. So if the person says, well, I really want to see you, you know, and they offer it, I'm going to say, okay, and set up the babysitter, and they can pay for it. I guess that's where I'm going with that. Like, I'm not going to be like blatantly disrespectful and be like, nah, you got to pay for this. And I have it, right. You know? But if there's an instance where I know I can't do it and you still want to go out, I'm going to be like, well, I can't go. You know, I either I couldn't find the babysitter in time, or I can't afford to pay for it because I have other priorities. Maybe we could do it another time when I can. And I'll give you a time. And you'll be like, well, you know, that time doesn't work for me. I want to see you right now or later on. I got it.
Right.
Okay, you got it. I think that's where I'm going if I want to elaborate on that more.
Roses of Red said, if you want her time, you got to pay. But you are paying. You're paying for dinner. You're paying for movies. You're paying for gas. You're paying for toll. You're paying for everything else.
I think it makes a good impression if you do.
It's a good impression thing, but it's not like a mandatory type of thing. It's just what you're saying.
I mean, for me, I could be lenient on it, but if you want to see me, like, and I know I can't do it, yeah, you gotta pay.
So, from beginning of dating her,
I just wouldn't blatantly say that. I wouldn't be like, I can't do it, you gotta pay.
Right.
Like, you know, I'll be, you know, very courteous about it and be like, well, unfortunately, I can't go, but we can do next week, or like I said before. And if he offers, okay, I'll take it.
I'll be honest. The first time I took her on a date, I paid for, not a date, more so, first time I took her away for a weekend, I paid for the babysitter for that weekend because I'm taking her on an extended time than usual. So I paid for the entire babysitter. After that, I've gone like half with you. Does that bother you that I go half with you on babysitters?
If I could do it, I'd do it.
And then every time when she says she can't, and
like, he still covers it, yeah.
Like, all right, I guess I gotta bite the bullet this time.
Oh, so, you guess?
That's what I say in my head. I'm not gonna say that out loud. Like,
but you're saying it out loud now?
Because we gotta be transparent for the audience.
Okay.
Don't hold this against me later.
Too late.
Wow. What we doing? I thought we was just talking to the audience.
Roses Are Red says she now has to pay for a sit in which she wouldn't otherwise if you want to see her, pay up.
But okay, so what if the woman asks the guy on a date? Does he still have to pay for the babysitter?
I can't relate to that question.
So wait, you would never ask me to go on a date? Like, babe, let's go on a date?
No, I mean, like, no. I'm talking about like if a person is if you're dating somebody, like if you meet somebody and you want to go on a date, I'm not asking no guy on no date.
Right, like what you mean? Oh, you talking about when you in a courting situation?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
Okay, so what's wrong with women shooting their shot?
They could shoot their shot. I'm not that woman.
Why?
I'm just not.
But what, was there something wrong with that?
I said I'm not that woman.
What I'm asking you, is there something wrong with that?
No, women can shoot their shot all they want to. They out here proposing to these men.
Nah, that's too far.
So if they want to shoot their shot, go ahead. Be my guest.
Y'all seen
that's not me.
I seen a video on Twitter where this girl saw this guy at Starbucks. It was like, yo, hey, can I have your number? He wrote down on a napkin like, I'm gay. Slid it right back.
I saw that on Twitter.
Like, dang. You can't shoot your shot for like a month. Like you didn't pick that up. We're gonna jump into some music right now, and we'll also continue our conversation in the chat. We're gonna come back, maybe knock out another topic or two with you guys. What song is playing right now? Free by Her is playing right now, and we're gonna play again. If you have a request, put it in, and we'll get it on for you. So YouTube, chill out. It's uncut. All right. Welcome back. That was my bad, tripping on you, LMA. For those that's watching listening to us on Station Head. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you can download the Station Head app and follow our conversations live, and you can join in on our conversations. Me and Soph were, wait, what? Oh, Roses and Red had requested another song. I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing this. You took that song. All right, I see you. Roses and Red. You can also steal songs from my playlist to add to your playlist so you can listen to whenever we're not on our station. We ready to go to another topic?
Yep. Let's go.
You must be like nice right now.
I'm good.
All right.
Stop telling people my business.
What? Should divorce be an option? I hit the randomizer, so you first. So
wow.
Should divorce be an option?
This day and age, yeah.
Why do you say that?
I feel like our generation, younger generations, they're not tolerating a lot of things anymore. Which is good. In certain cases, I think usually people, like I would say that in cases of domestic violence, cases of infidelity, cases of financial abuse, I think that if it is not benefiting both parties anymore, then I think divorce should be an option. Too many times, I feel like our older generations have just stuck it out for the sake of image, which is generally taught. If you stick by the person that you're with through whatever, and I mean whatever, not through the vows part, like sickness, health, or whatever, but through infidelity, through gambling problems, through what else is there? That's kind of insane.
I don't know. I think you touched most of it.
Yeah, stuff like that. Then, yeah, you should. I feel like you should. You shouldn't be going through stuff like that.
Get locked up.
Nah.
Not stick it out.
No. Not for like
20 years?
killing somebody. Or like
So if
doing
I had,
something dumb,
boom, boom,
like
boom, boom. So if I had like a 20-year bid for killing somebody, but you knew I was innocent, you'll leave me?
no, if I knew you were innocent, I would do my best to make sure that you're like, to make sure that you are found, your innocence is proven.
So what if I was guilty?
Hell no. You killed somebody. What? What? No. What you say?
I said, wow.
Yeah, you killed somebody.
Dang. What happens to ride or die?
Why did you kill the person?
Because they talked to you wrong.
Wow. Because they talked to me wrong, they had to die?
They put their hands on you.
Oh, alright.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's instances, so you know what I'm saying?
Why? But I'm just saying, like I feel like for our culture, it's kind of such a taboo topic because when you get married, you're expected to like make it last, which makes sense because you know that's what you're getting married for. You're getting married because you know this person, you love this person. This person can benefit you in so many ways, and vice versa. Why not? You know, why not marry this person and spend the rest of your lives, the rest of your days with them? But, you know, I feel like a lot of people in our culture, they've been through so many hardships. And for the sake of not getting a divorce, they've dealt with it. When they could have just walked away and, you know, had you know, retained some kind of sanity and be happy if they weren't with this toxic person who, you know, is not doing anything for them but bringing them down. So in my opinion, yeah, it should be an option. Not for for, you know, minor reasons, but for reasons like what I mentioned before. Yeah, it should be an option because you shouldn't be getting beat up on and stay getting beat up on because of marriage. You shouldn't be $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 in debt because of marriage. Because the person is just gambling their whole life away. You shouldn't be married if the person is constantly cheating and has 6-7 families in different countries. No. Divorce should be an option.
Okay. It's my turn.
Yes, sir. What is your opinion on this matter?
It don't seem like you care. You done went on a whole speech of why divorce should be an option. So I feel like whatever I say don't equate.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I'm on the fence about it. You brought up some good points. I'm not gonna take that away from you in terms of like domestic violence and debt and stuff like that. But again, I guess I'm old school in that sense. Is like, to me, a lot of it is like, I feel like a lot of people did the opposite of what you're saying, where they took divorce as a cop out.
Yeah.
Too many times, you know, oh, I'm not in love with this person anymore, or this and that and the third. And I feel like a lot of people jumped into marriage because they felt like they had that as an option to start with. Like, oh, if I don't feel this person no more, it's cool. I can just get a divorce and get married again.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's why I try to prevent from thinking like, yo, divorce is an option, because too many people go in thinking that. Like, yo, all right, I'm tired of this, so I'm going to just dip out. Peace. Like, no, like, and I think that's why divorce rates are so large, because it became an option to a lot of people. They saw like, oh, we could just do that. Oh, I could just take it for half his stuff. Oh, I could take it for half his stuff. In the process,
yeah,
I'm out.
Yeah.
Or I caught her cheating, or she slipped up on one time because she was drunk, or whatever the excuse is. That's my chance to take everything and be out and go be happy, because I wasn't happy in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, they're not really hurt from what happened. They're just like, all right, this is my out. So that's why I feel like I don't know like how it sit on it, to be honest with you. Because to me, I'm always thinking like, and we've had this discussion, and you always say that nobody's perfect, and don't put my head in the clouds. But it's not putting the head in the clouds. It's more so not speaking things into existence or putting like doubt into the relationship or a way out into a relationship. Because too many people, in my opinion, do that. Like, divorce became so popular off the smallest things. Joe, you didn't wash the dishes?
Divorce.
Right. Like,
my lawyer contacting you tomorrow.
Right.
We getting a divorce.
You want to work overtime?
Divorce.
I'm out. Like, it became too much of an option, in my opinion. And I think that's why divorce rates are so high, because people, one, jumped into relationships knowing that was an option and not thinking shit through. And it can't be that way.
I mean, I guess, but that's from the outside looking in. I've never been married, so I don't know.
Married. I was close, but
So I wouldn't know what a person who is married, would go through. The only thing I could really relate, how I can only relate to it, is because my parents were married for so long, and they stayed married through a lot of things, and I mean, there was some ugly times that I've seen in their relationship where I thought that they were going to get a divorce, or, divorce was on the table. So, I mean, I say yes because you never really know what the other person's limits are. And as long as you can, I feel like the whole point of marriage is this is your person. This person is who you chose to be with for the rest of your life. You're like, I want to spend the rest of my days with this person. I feel like I can grow old with this person. I can grow with this person. They can be they can be through every phase of my life and not see me any different and love me just the same. That's the whole point, really, of marriage to me. So people change. There are phases in your life that you go through that the person that you married cannot go with you, and maybe you find somebody else that can match that. So I can't say that because I've never been married. I don't know what goes into being married with somebody. I don't know what it's like to go through challenges with a person and not know if we can make it. Right. I don't know those things. So everybody, in my opinion, everybody's limit is different. The idea is it's glamorized a lot. People make it look like this beautiful thing, and then when the wedding is over, you have to deal with, bills, you have to deal with the person's mannerisms, you have to deal with, their family, you have to deal with, a child in certain cases, or bringing in children. Like, you have to deal with all these things, and sometimes it can make or break a marriage. And that's why they always say that if you can make it past the first 5 years, that's like, you're kind of like smooth sailing. Not smooth sailing, but you kind of like made it past the hard parts, because by then you kind of like adjusted to the person, you've gotten to know the person well, what their dislikes are, what their likes are, and you kind of got a little routine going, from what I've heard.
And I feel like that's the same thing when you live together first. Like, you build that routine, you get to know each other before you fully commit to what you're trying to get into.
I'm an advocate of that.
And I feel like sometimes people will look down about living together first, but sometimes it's the best lessons. Like, what you can tolerate.
You know what you can tolerate. If there's certain things you can't tolerate with the person, then okay, this is probably not going to work out if we get married.
Like, me and her have these conversations all the time about, like, how we would live, like, when we live together, how it would be, because she's a neat freak and she like cleaning.
A lot.
I mean, I don't mind cleaning. I could do dishes. I could sweep here and there. But she be dusting, making beds every morning, and organizing. And I've never went to those extents. She has an experience with living with somebody that she's dating. I don't have that experience. So I look to her to bring that experience in and teach me along the way. And I'm hoping that she's patient along the way as well, because that's a hard thing to do. I feel like that's kind of the same thing with, marriage. So you can't really bank on divorce, in my opinion, on that, because yeah, people change, but you have when you trust somebody.
Well, I'm not saying that's like, that's not like, when I say that, I mean like, it's not like, it's like, okay, you have to put that on the table when you're gonna get married. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you have to kind of look at it. You have to kind of look at the whole picture when you're thinking about something like that, because even though that may not be like, okay, this is not what I plan to do. Like for me, like when we were talking about earlier, how you were saying that, if we have an argument, in your mind, you think the worst, you expect me to break up with you. That's not my personality.
Right.
Like for me to break up with somebody, I've been through a lot already.
Right.
For me to break up with somebody, like I've been through hellfire. I went back to heaven, came back to hell again. Like,
I like how you put it to me.
I went to the third hell, the fourth hell, and then you know what? I'm like, it's time for me to just let this go, because I've been through too many hells.
And you're back to heaven.
So
why you give me that side off for? Word, fam.
Because I had heaven chime in. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm saying.
But yeah, like things like that. Like you have to kind of know your partner too. If your partner's breaking up with you every 5 seconds, that you guys are fighting, maybe
it's not meant to be.
Getting married may not be a great idea. But at least if the person is sticking with you, they're communicating with you, and maybe things are not working out. Yeah, maybe that might be an option. You kind of have to think about it. Usually, like all around.
So those in the chat, let us know. Who's those listening? Let us know if divorce is an option for you, because everybody's different. To me, I go in thinking no. To her, it's no to an extent. So let me know what you think. You think we can fit in one more topic before we dip out? It's 11:15. Or should we close out on that note?
Yeah, I think we should close out.
That's a good topic.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hang out a little bit more in the chat in case anybody else want to talk more about divorce being an option. Thank you guys for tuning in to Let's Have a Twosome with
Seth
and Blue. Make sure you follow our Instagram and Twitter at LHA the number twosome. On Twitter, LHA the word twosome. On Instagram, where you can follow us at our personal at
Marry Me Seth on Instagram and Twitter.
She changed it, guys.
Wow.
She changed it.
This
you made the change.
We need like confetti. A whole thing, because Seth Spot has been the handle. Seth Spot has been the handle forever.
And you can follow me at It's Simply Blue on everything. Make sure you tell a friend to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're at about like 17 subscribers. We need to get to 100. Make sure you tell a friend to tune in to Station Head every Wednesday at 10 p.m. to have Let's Have a Twosome, because we're trying to build up our listing and build a community, because we have some dope ideas we want to put into place, but we want to make sure that we have a following to do so.
Yeah.
So help us out. And on that note, thank you for tuning in to Let's Have a Twosome.
See you then.